Hello guys, hope all is well. Today is February 27th and it's supposed to be 70 degrees today. Yes, you heard me right, 70. Don't mind my hair, folks. I'm 50, I don't care about that. So in celebration of today's beautiful weather, I'm going to make a video about the weather, so stick around. What I'm doing today is I am tackling the topic of the first 4 months of the year. January, February, March, and April. Why am I picking those months? Well, generally, they're my least 4 favorite months of the year. The obvious reason why they're the least favorite months, because I'm not a huge fan of cold weather. If it was up to me here living in South Central Wisconsin, I wouldn't have a problem leaving on January 1st and coming back May 1st. Just skip all those 4 months altogether. But for today's video, we are going to rank January, February, March, April 1 through 4. And even though I hate the cold, you might be surprised by my results. I'll just go ahead and give you my list 1 through 4. January, February, March, April. I will say February is my favorite month out of those 4. The next up would be January. My second to least favorite would be March. And my least favorite month out of all 4 would be April. So we'll go February, January, March, April in that order. I will talk about them in the order of which they happen. So we will talk about January 1st here. As someone that doesn't like cold weather, and January being the coldest month of the year, you would think January would be at the bottom of my list, but it's not. January is my second favorite of those 4 months. So why is that? Well, one thing about January, it's consistent. I can always count on January sucking. Because yes, January, it can be quite miserable. But I think here's the thing with January. Yes, it's the coldest month of the year, but I am not quite sick of the cold yet. November and December kind of show up, and the cold kind of feels good. It's a little cozy that time of year. New Year's Eve is my birthday. That is usually cold, kind of snowy, which is expected. I like it that way. That's what I always remember. But then January comes around, holidays are over, and the cold really starts to set in. So at that point, I'm not burnt out yet from all the cold weather. But that's exactly what January is for. You go 31 days of completely miserable cold weather, and by the end of the month, you're done with the cold stuff. I mean, we're talking, it might not get above freezing all month. The coldest week of the year is towards the end of January. Sometimes we get minus 30 degrees. We usually get a good 7 to 10 days of just miserable, cold, pure hell. These birds are making quite the commotion over there. They are also enjoying the very warm weather here in Wisconsin. So yeah, basically you gotta survive January, make it through, and then you're through the hardest month of the year, which is the first month of the year. I'm wondering, Joel, why isn't that your least favorite month then? Well, kind of the reasons I just said. I wasn't quite sick of the cold going into January, but by the time it's done, I'm definitely sick of the cold weather. So let's jump into my first favorite month out of the first 4 months of the year, which would be February. February is my favorite out of those months for a few reasons. One easy reason is it's a short month, so we can get in and get out of that month as fast as possible. Even though February still is the second coldest month of the year. But what February does, it gives us hope. By the time February comes around, the daylight is noticeably longer. The sunshine is noticeably warmer. You know, you start getting that hint of spring, especially around middle February. By the end of February, a lot of the snow cover is gone, depending on the year, obviously. You know, I'm out here walking. I've been coming out here a lot lately, and it's been pretty busy and quite chilly in the morning. Today, it is glorious, and I haven't seen one person yet. Yeah, February, you know, it gets us ready. We start seeing signs of spring, and we're ready for it. This February here has been crazy. We've been having 60s, today 70, kind of nuts. Except there's one problem with that. Tomorrow by 8 a.m., it's supposed to be -6 with the wind chill. So just like that, 70 to -6. So yeah, the pluses for February: longer days, warmer sunshine, hints of spring. You hear a lot more birds coming around, warmer temperatures. Looking at the lake out here, that's opening up a bit, melting some of that ice off. It's kind of the beginning of spring fever here at the end of February, which in turn is why I hate the next 2 months the most. So let's jump into March, my third least favorite month out of the 4 months. I was talking about how February gives you hope, gives you signs of spring. Well, what March does, it gives you the opposite of that. March comes around, you've had a little taste of some warmer weather, and you're ready for more of that. But what does Mother Nature do in return? It blasts you with cold weather and snow. But then it'll come back and tease you a little bit. It'll give you a 70-degree day on a Wednesday. Thursday morning, we'll have 6 inches of snow. Kind of like what's going to happen tomorrow here. And I think we kind of forget it is still winter time in March until the 21st. And March, well, it kind of shows you, hold on folks, it is still winter. So March is going to throw some crap at us. And when March comes around, at least for me, I'm really sick of the cold by then, and I'm ready for that warm weather. And I almost hate those teaser days when you get a 60, 70-degree day, because you're so ready for that. And then 2 days later it's snowing. It gets really freaking depressing. So yeah, I would say March is definitely one of the most depressing months out of the year. Which then, of course, leads into, there's some noisy person behind me. Anyway, which of course leads into my least favorite month of the year, which is April. So how I said March is depressing, well, April, it almost makes you angry at that point of the year. Because by April, I am so sick and I am done with the cold weather. I don't want to see it. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to see snow. I'm over it. But unfortunately, here in Wisconsin, it has different ideas. It'll throw a snowstorm down our ass and say, F you, I'm April and I'm not done with winter yet. Man, it's getting freaking noisy out here. People running by, big noisy trucks. Can't even film a video around here. Now I kind of forgot where I was. You know, we're talking about April, how you basically get angry. You're so sick of the cold and the snow, but it just keeps poking you. Also, by that time of year, you're hoping for some greenery to start showing up, and it's just dragging on, grays and browns, and it just doesn't pop. I think I opened my mouth too soon earlier on. Now there's trucks, cars going by, joggers running past. I don't even know where I'm at anymore in this video. Actually, yeah, I do. I'm in Montello, Wisconsin. Check it out. Sorry, not much of a view there. These guys just keep following me, making all kinds of racket. Anyway, guys, I keep getting interrupted. In the end, April is my least favorite month, mainly because at that point, I am done and over. Sorry, guys. I keep getting interrupted around here. Got another jogger coming. Actually funny, I never see people jogging around here, mostly just walking. I'll try finishing this video if people ever leave me alone here. All right guys, let's try this again. I am trying to finish this video the best I can, but I keep getting interrupted. To recap the video, we got January, February, March, and April. My least favorite of those 4 months is April. My second least favorite months of those 4 are March. My third least favorite of those months is January, and my favorite of those 4 months is February. And I just wanted to recap why April is my least favorite. Again, at that point, I am so over the cold and snow, I just want it gone. Not only at that point is it depressing, it also makes you angry. But for some reason, April just seems to drag on, give you some nasty cold weather, maybe even a snowstorm or 2 in there. One day it can be 70, next day you might get 4 to 6 inches. Next day it might melt, and back and forth and back and forth. Even once you get well into the first month of spring, winter is still trying to find its way back in. So there you have it, folks. That's gonna about do it. I think the joggers are coming back behind me. I'm gonna get out of here, let you guys go. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Who knows from where? Who knows what the weather will be? Take care.